Natalie, just how good of a response was this after the Dallas game to come out and not only win, but to lock down on Caitlin so much to have the defensive effort that you did?
That's what I was looking for. Maximum effort, 80 possessions, we talked about it. But on top of that, well, to be honest, our first half wasn't great. I had to get on them. I think they had 44 at half. That's way too many points for that team. So I didn't really like the first half. And then we went over a couple of coverages that we were giving up layups, backdoor cuts, easy just turnaround on Aaliyah Boston. So we just had to make corrections, make some adjustments. Much happier with the effort and the rebounding. Yeah.
LA had 4 block shots, 10 points, just felt like she was really aggressive, especially in the second half. What did you just see from her, and what did you like from her performance today?
That last offensive board, I thought that was key. I thought that really closed the game. So, again, she has that, like, Kobe mentality face. Like, she never smiles throughout the game. So I just love that killer instinct that she brings every single game. Yeah.
Natalie, if I can follow up on LA, she got cut. You know, it was a tough cut for you guys.
Yeah.
To have her stay ready, come back, fit right back in.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that mean? What does it tell you about her?
She's very mature, and she's a true pro, right? A lot of people, a lot of people would probably get down, get disappointed, but she hung with it. She continued, like you said, she continued to work out. She stayed in shape, and then that's hard, right? How do you manage that just on your own? So just credit to her. But yeah, the best thing about LA is, like, you can draw her play, boom, she'll execute it. No, she just plays with no fear, and that's what I love about her.
Quick follow-up, 45 bench points. What does that tell you about your team?
Our team just stays ready, but I think it's, again, credit to, like, our coaching staff. Like, they do so much off-the-court stuff behind the scenes that you guys will never see. You guys don't know how many texts they send, how much video they send, how much just love and support that sometimes they just need in terms of positive texts. So, again, credit to my coaching staff, but credit to the players that just stay ready and want to work extra. They're not just working, they work extra. So just credit to Chloe, our whole bench, LA, Tip is, she's not really our bench, but Tip and Kate. Kate went out there and balled her ass off. Yeah.
Tip seemed to really embrace the challenge of taking on Kayla in the fourth quarter defensively. I was wondering, aside from her tenacity, what are some traits that Tip has that allowed her to be an effective defender on Clark in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we saw that. I saw that matchup last year, so we knew it was something like we could go to. So she has a lot of reps, with the one-on-one matchup. Tip is quick. She's one of the quickest players that I've been around, so we kind of understand, too, not just the physicality we can put on Caitlin, but just the quickness, because sometimes quicker guards bother people's handles. So just, again, high IQ from Tip, and then Tip is just fearless. She wanted the moment, she wanted the ball at the end, and, yeah, she closed it for us. Yeah.
Your players didn't really want to answer specifically, but can you just say what the general idea was on Caitlin? Was it blitz the pick and roll, essentially?
I mean, you guys, saw what we're doing, right? But like I said, just to the prior press conference before was we were being disruptive. We know that she doesn't like physicality, right? We know that she wants to get to that left step back. I mean, to me, all the times, I watched her in Iowa. So she loves that left step. It's like almost like a layup for her. So again, we're just making sure that she wasn't getting into rhythm and then that she was just seeing multiple bodies. Yeah.
Natalie, pregame, you called this crowd your superpower.
Yeah.
How much did you just take advantage of that superpower tonight?
Yes, they were screaming. When they saw the screen a couple times, and maybe the call didn't go our way, they reacted. Those are the type of moments that we really need. You know what I mean? Because it does affect. It does. It puts pressure a little bit on, the refs, and it just kind of gives us that home court advantage that we're looking for. So yes, I definitely think our fans were the superpower tonight. Yep.
Natalie, each time they made even a small threat there in the fourth quarter, it seemed like your team either got an offensive rebound that led to another basket or a key three, or moved the ball or got a steal. I mean, what did all those little things do that you had an answer every time they maybe could have grabbed some momentum?
Yeah, we keep talking about, like, we want to be the best defensive team. Right? We were hang our hats on the defensive end. And so, again, in the first half, we were like, that ain't our best. So we wanted to make sure they saw our best. So, again, anything in terms of disruption, physicality, and finishing with a rebound, and that's what you saw tonight, is everyone connected, everyone contributing, and everyone just exhausting their minutes.
And did you know that you had, you have this depth, but you've been mixing and matching with some women gone overseas right now. I mean,
Yeah.
did you realize that your roster could go down this far with so many people doing, making contributions?
Yeah. Again, credit to Ohema, RGM, and Vanya. Like, this is what we saw in training camp. I don't know. You guys you guys weren't allowed to watch training camp, but we saw this in training camp. So we knew, even the camaraderie that we built. It wasn't just the on-court philosophy, offense and defense. It was the connectivity, the friendships, them enjoying, like, having fun, dancing. All of that stuff matters. You know what I mean? Because it just brings them together in high moments and low moments. I mean, I saw KT just go at people, but they knew that's like that family feel of, like, sometimes you just got to yell at a teammate, quick response, and then, we're doing it together.
To follow up on the crowd,
Yeah.
did you kind of sense that it was like a playoff intensity and just the energy was just, a little bit more just because Caitlin was in the building?
Oh, I just think that's what our crowd is continuing to build, I think. I think they're continuing to build what they really love, and it's just great basketball. That's what you saw tonight. 2 great teams, a lot of talent on the floor, and, again, playing with a lot of passion. So I think our crowd is just actually still learning when to scream, when to yell, and they're just doing it at the right times, and so we just really appreciate them. Like I said, they are our superpower.
What made this a good matchup for Chloe to kind of break out the way she did? She was shooting threes, getting to the rim, making defensive plays. Like, what stood out to you about her?
Yeah, I mean, we put her in a couple actions that she enjoys, like getting into her 3. So once we saw that, again in training camp, we saw this a while ago in training camp. So we just made sure that she was able to get to her spots, just depending on if whoever was guarding her, a 5, a 4. If they're in coverage, then we knew the pop was going to be there. Yeah.
Allie.
Yep.
Aaliyah looked like she was going to be a big problem for you guys, particularly in that first half, and then less of a problem in the second half.
Yeah.
Was that an adjustment? Was that more bodies?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are a little bit, you've got bigs, but, she's a tough matchup inside.
Yeah, we adjusted it. We were guarding her not the right way, but I understand, like, when you're hyper and you're excited, and they were rolling into certain actions or she was ducking in, then we're getting on top, and so we adjusted it. And our low man was there ready and early. So we were late, we were getting backdoor cut, we were giving up layups, and again, that's like not what we wanted because they're the top team in paint points. So we made an adjustment. Yeah.
Natalie, you mentioned, how deadly Caitlin can be on the left step back. How happy were you that the double step back got called to travel and they didn't let her get to that?
Yeah, that's a great call, right? I mean, yeah, it was actually on the other side, so I actually didn't see it. All I saw was like Tip just go like this, and so I'm like, must have been a great defensive stop. So again, credit to Tip. She understood how to, maneuver her and get her to travel.
For sure. And then more specifically, you spoke to the depth, but you guys had pretty evenly distributed minutes across all the players that played more so than they did. Did you know that, chasing around Caitlin, you were going to have to sub more players, or is this just the strength of your depth that came through today?
Yeah, we knew, like I said, we recovered from that last game in Dallas. Like I think I said recovery like 18 times. So credit to like our medical, just getting them fresh today. That's what I saw. And even on the bench, I saw fresh people ready to go. So again, multiple people helps, but then also playing the right way helps. So that's what you saw tonight. Yeah.
Hey, Natalie. You guys got back in the game in the third quarter with 7 steals in that third quarter. Do you feel like at this point in the season, your defense is something you guys can lean on when maybe the offense isn't there?
If it stays consistent. And that's probably one of the hardest things right now for me, managing consistency. Like I said, do I practice, an hour? Do I practice 90? Like, again, I have to figure out what's the best, especially managing flights and things. We have 3 games, I think, coming up in 6 days. So I really have to be very intentional,
Yeah, Kayla just said that you got 12 dogs, 12 really tough players. Did you know that when you were assembling the roster? Did you know that? When did you first realize these are really 12 tough people?
Yeah, when me, Vanya, and Ohema were watching a ton of film, we knew we call them killers. Kayla likes to say dogs. I call them killers. Yeah, we knew. you could see like the way they play, like from even last season, like you have players that dive after the ball, or you have players that take charges, or they crash for rebounds. Like those are the players to me that are always going to get you extra possessions because they're willing to sacrifice their body. They're in really, really good shape. They take care of themselves off the court. They eat well, they sleep well. Like all those things, all those intangibles, you could tell that they do because they play so hard. So, yeah, we knew I had 12 dogs. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thanks you guys. Appreciate it.
Hi, guys. Just a tip, and KT, both of you were on Caitlin quite a bit. What did you guys do to shut her down?
Go ahead, baby.
I mean, we just followed the game plan. You know, Coach gave us a great game plan. We knew we had to stay up on her. We knew she's a 3-level scorer, and I think it was a great team defensive game today. Everybody was locked in, making sure she didn't get any easy looks. So I think it was a great team defensive win.
KT, I wanted to ask you about Laeticia. It felt like every time she got a big rebound, she got a big basket down the stretch. How big was the person next to you?
Say that again?
How big was she down the stretch?
Oh, man, she was huge. She was huge. You know, I got on her a little bit, but, you know, she took that and she used it in the right way. And, I mean, if it wasn't for her, that block when I got drove by it was immaculate. So I'm just, you know, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for stepping up, you know, coming in and, you know, just leaving off where she left off before. So I'm proud of her.
Laeticia, right here, Michelle Smith from the Next. Can you, following up on this idea that you picked up where you left off, how easy has it been for you to come back in and pick up quickly, and then where is your motivation coming from to really prove that you need to be on this roster?
Yeah, I owe it all to the Lord. You know, there's seasons in your life that you're going to endure, whether it's high or low, and just to have that peace to know that everything is in its time. And I knew that it wasn't my time at that time, and now I'm coming in and it is my time. And also my teammates and the coaching staff, like I came in and it was straight positivity. Like everybody embraced me, everybody allowed me to just jump right in. So yeah, I owe it all to, you know, the Lord and my teammates and the coaching staff.
Kayla, it seemed like you guys were able to really take away that pass to the roller in the second half. What were you guys doing to kind of clog up the paint and not allow Caitlin or Kelsey or whoever to hit that pass?
Yeah, I think we were just trusting each other on the backside. You know, Caitlin was coming off looking for her, and I think we did a good job of being very handsies and tracing the pass and knowing where she was going to pass it. But most definitely was, you know, just having our low man back there to kind of stop and slow down Boston.
This is for all of you, if you may. Your coach before the game said that your fans are your superpower. Can you speak to that and how they were tonight in Valhalla?
Man, they fueled us up. I think, you know, there was a stretch of time where we needed that energy, and we felt them, you know, right along with us as a sixth man. So, you know, I appreciate everybody that's out there that comes out and just gives us the energy that we need to pick it up.
For all three of you guys, in that third quarter, 4:33 mark, you guys were down double digits, go on a 24 or 26-4 run or something along those lines. Just what changed in that moment there, and then did that give you the momentum in the fourth to kind of continue the streak?
I think we really just locked in with each other. I think we had a couple of communication miscues that we fixed, and we talked about them. And then after that, we were locked in with each other. We were all on the same string, same accord, and we fixed the problems, and we kept pushing from there.
Tip over here. What does 45 bench points tell you about this team?
Yeah, we got a team full of dogs, and we're relentless, and we never give up from top to bottom of our team. We need everybody on this team, and we know that. So we look to literally everybody on this team to contribute, and that's what we did today.
I guess for Kayla, I know you're always thinking about the next game, just one game at a time, but can you start to think big picture a little? Is this team a playoff caliber team? Can you start thinking down the road like that?
Yeah, you know what? Like I tell you, I'm gonna keep my same mindset. I just think about one game at a time. You think too far ahead, then you lose focus of what you're doing. So you got to stay in the moment. And right now, the moment is taking care of one game at a time. And then, you know, if we keep doing that and how we're playing, we might. But I think at this moment, we just need to focus on one game at a time.
It's for all three of you. I think that coming back to that 4:33 mark, I think Coach called a timeout. Was there anything said between you or between you guys and Coach to kind of jolt you guys into that run?
said something about the miscommunication.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. It was about the miscommunication. That's literally what was said in the huddle, that we needed to fix our defense. And once we did that, we went on our run, and everything was set from there.
Back here, KT, how disappointed were you guys in the way that you played at Dallas, and how much of that fed into how you wanted to play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's very disappointing. Both teams are great. You know, this league is a good league, and any given night you can get beat when you don't come prepared and have the right mindset. And you know, it just shows that we went into Dallas thinking it was going to be easy because their record, and the record is not who they are. And you know, this is a wake up, and I'm glad we went through that because we came in today focused on what we needed to. This is a great team, a tremendous team, and we just executed what we needed. We were more aggressive. We rebounded better. We had more offensive boards this game. So, I mean, I guess those games, I mean, they're sad, but I guess that we used it to fuel us and get back to where we need to be.
Tiffany, just generally the plan on Caitlin, was it looked like you were just trying to fight over every single screen? And if you didn't, was it just a blitz double team if you didn't get over the screen?
I'm not telling you all
And the
that.
plan was to stop her. That's it. The plan was to stop her. That's it. And I think we did a good job as a team doing that. That was the plan. We executed very well.
For all you guys, you know, just looking at the minute distribution, it's very even, much more so than what they did. Was that part of the game plan, knowing you'd have to chase Caitlin around? And also just how does that speak to the versatility of you guys as a team and being able to go into different roles and keep it rolling?
I mean, they're a great team. Shout out to, Clark is a great shooter. We just executed our game plan, and that's what we did tonight, and we stuck with it.
Hi, guys. Tristy Rodriguez, NBC Sports Bay Area. It's no secret that Brandon Pajemski is very engaged with this team. What's your guys' relationship like with him or any other Warriors players? Does it go beyond anything here that we see, just you guys dapping each other up on the sidelines?
I mean,
Nah, he's just a great supporter. He just comes and watches our game. I think he has everybody's jersey, so any given night he's wearing somebody's jersey. But he just supports us, and that's about it.
What does that support mean to you guys, just having that from him and, 49ers players, Bay FC, Steve Kerr, people like that, just being here to support you guys?
I mean, I think it's good. When we look up, I mean, you can't miss him.
At all.
Just to see him hyped up kind of, for me, gives me a little more energy, the way he is, the way he interacts and stuff like that. It just shows that they have love for us, and that comes big from where they come from. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of them that come out and support it because we really do need it.
We'll take 3 more. Oh, going here. Tip, what's the noise like on the floor? Like, we sit up a little bit and you can sort of sense how loud it is. But what is it like on the floor when this crowd is really going?
For me personally, when we're playing, it's white noise. I don't hear a thing. But once the whistle blows and something good happens for us, like, it really turns us up. Like, I really say they kind of like the sixth man here because they really give us a lot of energy, especially when we need it. When we're down, they're still going. When we're up, they're going. So it's a real energy booster for me.
You guys keep stepping up to meet the moment. What inspires you about seeing your teammates step up? Maybe folks who haven't been in this position before, any particular people stepping up that you see? How does that inspire you?
Well, for me, honestly, it comes from, everybody on the bench that gives us the energy. When I'm on the court, like KT was saying, she was on my butt, and it gave me, energy to want to do better. So I think that when you have a relationship that everybody can keep yourself accountable, keep your teammates accountable, and everybody wants to win and succeed, that just fuels us on the defensive end, on the offensive end, and just really makes us want to go out there and win.
With you guys, being an expansion team and, with the way the expansion rules are, obviously you're not going to get a bunch of established stars right away. How much do you guys talk about your depth being what you have to rely on, that being your strength, knowing that you don't necessarily have that go-to player that some teams do?
Yeah, first of all, I think we're stars in our own way. So we all have our own little thing that we have. We're all stars, and we all bring something special to this team. That's why we are the way we are, and I think that's why we are succeeding way early than our expectations probably people thought we would, just because at the end of the day, I think, from 1 to 12, we're all dogs, and we're going to bring what we did from other teams to here. And when we put that together, it's something special. But we're all stars.
And I'd say it's pretty impressive to get Player of the Week without being a star. So
I know that's right, Queen. All right, moving